Portal and Portal 2. Do I even need to explain? Considered by many as some of, if not the greatest games to have ever been released in the 21st century, they have played a major role in the way that we see video games today. When the first game was announced back in 2007, not a lot of people knew on how to compare this game with other games because it was so new at the time. And 15 years later, it has grown a cult following with not only its sequel, but with all of the memes and all the artwork people like to make about the whole series. I'll never forget getting my Xbox 360 from my cousin, and one of the first things I got to go with it was a copy of Portal 2, as well as the orange box so I could play the first game. And honestly, I've never looked back. These two games were very important to me. In fact, if it wasn't for the Mario Portal fan game that would come out sometime after that, Mario, I wouldn't even have this channel. And one of the most popular things I ever created on Minecraft through the Planet Minecraft page was of Portal 2 recreated in Minecraft. A lot of people really liked it. So yeah, Portal is a very important series for me, but if there's one thing about it that really did bother me throughout my time growing up, was that Portal and Portal 2 neither were on a Nintendo console. I mean, we had LEGO Dimensions Portal in 2015 for the Wii U, then we had Bridge Constructor Portal on the Switch in 2017, and also a Pinball Portal game, but that was kind of it. And the way Valve was heading, where they were barely doing anything, it seemed like that was never going to happen. That was until February 2022.
Bunny, we're so glad you're here.
Yes, through one of Nintendo's directs that happened sometime in February, it was announced that Portal and Portal 2, for the first time ever, were coming to a Nintendo console thanks to Portal Companion Collection, and it was coming out later sometime that year. But then, randomly announced in a later direct, the game was suddenly released on June 28th. And oh boy, to say that fans were excited for this port is definitely an understatement. Because once this game got released, it immediately skyrocketed to #1 on the Switch eShop. That is incredible. But now the questions still remain. Is this version of the game any better compared to other versions of this game? What stuff did they add? What stuff did they remove? Is the cake a lot? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, that was a terrible joke. I'm really sorry. But anyway, is this version of the game as good as people are making it out to be? Well, let's find out. So what exactly do you get when you purchase this collection? Well, obviously you get both Portal 1 and 2. Simple enough. But wait. There's more. There's still more. Surprisingly, a vast majority of stuff from both games appear in this collection. Co-op from Portal 2 is still here. What the hell? The advanced chambers and trial modes are still here, and surprisingly, the achievements even made their way in as well. Because the Switch technically still doesn't have an achievement system, only those Switch Online missions, they had to make their own system, just like in games like Minecraft. But by far, the most ridiculous addition that they added to this collection that I honestly thought was never going to happen was the 14 bonus courses that were added to Portal thanks to Portal Still Alive. If you don't know what Portal Still Alive is, Portal Still Alive is an Xbox Live Arcade exclusive digital download version of Portal that includes 14 brand new courses based on the 3D rendition of a 2D fan game called Portal the Flash version, both of which being made by the same team, We Create Stuff. For the first time in 13 years since the last official release of these chambers, and for the first time in 5 years since the fan-made PC mod made with Valve News Network's Tyler McVicker, these bonus chambers can now be finally played on a brand new platform for the very first time. Definitely some incredible fan service right there. I was genuinely shocked that they added these chambers, considering how neglected they were to Valve, as they were only playable on the Xbox Live Arcade version of Portal, but nope! Here they are, officially available in their 60 FPS glory. So yeah, everything you expect from this collection and more are here. But how successful is it in actually running it all? To give you the short answer, yeah, it runs pretty good. But for the long answer, both games run 98% of the time at 60 FPS. As stated before, this is a massive upgrade compared to the 30 FPS of the Xbox and PlayStation versions. And these games aren't being run by some sort of cloud version either. They run natively on the Switch's hardware, and it's all thanks to the one and only NVIDIA and their Lightspeed Studios team. Which, keep in mind, isn't even their first rodeo with Nintendo, as back in a Chinese version of New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Super Mario Galaxy were ported by NVIDIA using the NVIDIA Shield platform. However, with the success in running the games comes with some sacrifices, and unfortunately, one of those sacrifices ended up being the Perpetual Testing Initiative. The Perpetual Testing Initiative, or the PETI, was a DLC addition made to Portal 2 in 2012, allowing you to create your own chambers and upload them online, kind of like in Super Mario Maker.
Hell no! You motherfucker!
It's probably due to hardware limitations and the fact that you need a Steam account and other things along that nature that the PETI had to be kicked out from the companion collection, but still, I would like to see it at least added in some sort of form anyway, considering the fact that it was kind of what gave Portal 2 its replayability, if you ask me. And also, the achievements that you can also get throughout both games, they don't really do much.
Whoa.
Despite the fact that you actually do get points from collecting them. I don't know what the points are going to be used for. I don't know if they'll add it in a later update, but what I'm hoping it's going to be is for customizing Atlas and Peabody in co-op mode. Some of these actually do have a purpose, as these achievements, some of them will actually give you more points depending on the achievement that you're trying to get. So there is some sort of objective into trying to get them. So I don't know what they're used for at the moment. I don't know. Either way, it's nice to have them anyway, but one of them that they did have to get rid of was out of the blue, the achievement in Portal 1, in which you can only go through the orange portals once you get the second portal gun. There's also a couple of weird loading artifacts that appear throughout some parts of the game, which is gonna lead into the nitpick territory, but I want to bring them up anyway because they're kind of funny. Take, for instance, the opening falling segment in Chapter 6, The Fall. In Portal 2 on the Xbox 360 and on the PC versions, you only have to see one segment being loaded in. In Portal 2 on Switch, however, you could see a lot more stuff needing to be loaded. You know, it is kind of funny, but that doesn't really kill anything or destroy anything when playing the game. And there's also a couple of weird things in Portal 1 too. Case in point, the final segment when you kill off GLaDOS. In the Xbox 360 and the PC versions of the game, GLaDOS' entire body ascends into the sky with you. But in Portal on Switch, however, she is completely stationary. And I could see the reason why, especially with that area already being laggy in and of itself. So maybe in some later update, they could probably fix it and optimize it enough to finally be able to get the animation up and running again. Post-production update, just recently the Companion Collection just got an update patch titled 1.0.3, which fixed a couple of loading issues and a couple of other issues that were happening between both games, and one issue that was fixed was this GLaDOS boss fight issue. So now the entire boss fight in its entire glory is now available in Portal on Switch, and also a couple loading issues that I mentioned before were also fixed in Portal 2, so I'm really happy that they're making this game even better than it was before. Hopefully in a later update they'll add something to the achievement system to give it some usefulness, but I really don't see that happening. But at the same time, it's Valve, so you'll never know what they're gonna do. This one's just a minor nitpick, but the weirdest thing I've seen was that Portal 1's loading screen uses the original Valve animation, but it still uses the audio of the new Portal 2 opening. That one isn't game-breaking, I just thought that was funny. But by far, the weirdest addition that they added to these two games was the new font choices. As you know, these games are being ran now by NVIDIA's Lightspeed Studios team, and oh boy, did the font choices that they make were kind of weird. Case in point, the text that's used for the neurotoxin timer in the Portal 1 boss fight. It's very bold, it's very industrial, and it's a really nice addition to the boss fight. Of course, it's something that you're not going to be fully visible seeing as you're going to be, running around the entire chamber, but still, it's nice to know that everything is still themed around industrial. So, here's the font that they chose for that boss fight in the original game, and here's what they chose for Portal Companion Collection.
What the fuck?
Yes, let's just use Arial font.
Did you forget to change the font settings, guys? It looks like something you'd see in fucking Microsoft Word or some MS Paint edit, not something you'd see in an actual game, jeez. The same also happens for the neurotoxin timer in Portal 2, but that one doesn't really bother me that much for some reason. God, this all just now sounds like that whole grass debate from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Maybe there were some licensing issues going on with the fonts. I have no idea, but hopefully that'll all get fixed in a later update. Oh, but that's not even the weirdest part about Portal Companion Collection. No, the weirdest part was that some data miners found that in Portal 1 in the Companion Collection, the code for Half-Life 2 was still in there, and they just needed to re-enable it, and then after re-enabling it, the game runs incredibly well. What the f*** is going on here? Is this just some repackaging of the orange box? I guess that explains why the saving screens is an actual orange box when you're saving it, so that would make a lot more sense to me. But either way, all of this doesn't distract from the fact that these two versions of the game run incredibly well. Despite some of the weird stuff going on here and there, these two games actually run really smooth on the Switch, and I'm really shocked with how they got it up to speed. There are a couple of frame drops here and there, but that's okay. They're all invisible anyway. The games run incredible. And I hope that sometime later down the line, Valve, NVIDIA Lightspeed Studios, and Nintendo would collab again to release more Valve games on the Switch platform. So, what are my honest feelings about Portal Companion Collection? Good. This was something I've always been wanting since my childhood. Portal and Portal 2 running on a Nintendo console, and they run incredibly well, and this is a nice step forward for what Valve is doing. Sure, there's a couple weird issues here and there has been some bugs going around, but that doesn't matter much to me. What matters is the fact that this is a nice step forward in gaming history, in my honest opinion, for the first time with Valve and Nintendo having stuff appearing on a Nintendo console. Like, this is something that people have been wanting for years now, and it's finally happening. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing the Valve community and the Portal community come back alive once again and post a lot of fan art in regards to Portal and talk about their experiences with the games and all of that, it felt amazing to me. It was like the community that I grew up with is reviving again, and I hope we get to see more like this happening in the future. If you have a Nintendo Switch right now and you love Portal, go ahead and play it. Go ahead and get the game. I promise you, it's an amazing experience, and it's really fun getting to play these games on the go, which is something I've been wanting for a long time now. And if my 10-year-old self would say anything about this, I think he would have definitely enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna jump the shark when saying this. I'm probably gonna jump the shark when saying this, but in my honest opinion, I think Portal Companion Collection will probably go down in history as one of, if not the greatest ports to have ever been released onto a Nintendo console. And I hope that we get to see more like this happening very soon.
Please subscribe to Daniel T Gaming, oh, so that he makes better come to die.